Dr. Vanita Rattan, and this channel is dedicated to skincare for skin of color. So I'm a doctor, but I'm also a cosmetic formulator specifically for skin of color. If you follow me at the Hyperpigmentation Clinic on Instagram or Skincare by Dr. V on Instagram, you'll see that I have a clinic treating specifically pigmentation for skin of color, and I've treated over 40,000 cases with a 95% success rate. So that's basically the largest database of treatments for pigmentation for skin of color and the highest success rate. And what I really wanted to do with that knowledge was to create this channel where I could democratize knowledge for skin of color, so we know the correct percentages of actives we should be wearing, what we should be avoiding, what gets us the best results, and what really is just marketing gimmick. And I thought that this was really the best way to do it. I'm sure most of you know by now, if you've watched my channel, that the reason why skin of color is different to Caucasian skin is that our melanocytes are larger and they are easier to trigger. That means one scratch, one bite, one burn, and we hyperpigment. So we just have to be so much more careful with our skin than Caucasian skin. The other question I'm getting asked a lot at the moment actually is, so Dr. V, what exactly is skin of color? You know, I'm from somewhere in Europe. Do I have skin of color? So here is the definition. Fitzpatrick 3 to 6, so that's the scale of skin of color, the color of your skin, that is considered skin of color. So what is Fitzpatrick 3 to 6? Fitzpatrick 3 to 6 is if you're more likely to tan rather than burn in the sun, you are considered to have skin of color. That means that your melanocytes are larger and you have to be more careful with your skin. Often people get confused and they think, okay, so skin of color is mainly just Indian and black skin, and that's just not the case. It does start off from olive skin and progresses right through to black skin. All of us are considered skin of color. We basically are 5/7 of the world's population, so we're not niche, we are the majority. And I want us to have the best skincare. That means that we actually have to have much higher standards than Caucasian skin, because with Caucasian skin, they can get away with more. They can burn off the top layer of skin using Fraxel laser, for example, and be absolutely fine. Whereas if we did the same treatment, we would burn and hyperpigment. So that's why we have to be more educated with our skin, and this channel really is here to empower all of us. So today we are doing a brand that you've been asking me to do for a very long time, and honestly it was a very difficult brand for me to do because there are so many products. So the brand we're covering today is of course Paulas Choice, but just even the bestsellers, there are 24 bestsellers, not even their full range. That is just on the first page. And I really want to do it justice. So I thought the best thing to do was to ask you on Instagram. So I asked you, I think, on both the Hyperpigmentation Clinic Instagram and Skincare by Dr. V Instagram, which products do you want me to cover from Paulas Choice? And these are the top 7 that came up. So I'm hoping that I've covered the product that you wanted. If not, can you just write it down below for me? Because often I do try, or I will try and go back and do a second video on a lot of these brands if new products have come out, or if I haven't done one that you particularly wanted and you're not happy with me, I'll try and fix that. So if you could just write it down below for me, I will do it for you. The other thing you should note is I have never been sponsored to do a video, and I never accept sponsorship. I've been offered it many times. I'll never accept it, purely because that gives me freedom to give you the truth. That gives me freedom to tell you exactly what I think. So if I love a product, I tell you to buy it. I've bought it myself, and if I tell you don't buy it, it's I wouldn't buy it for myself. So I think that's very important for skin of color, because we don't really have many resources for our skin, and so I really want this to be the place you come to for honest advice for your skin, and not just for yourself but also for our children too. So let's dive right into Paula's Choice. Okay, so starting off with Skin Perfecting 2% BHA. So it's a very simple ingredients list, which I love. It's got no fragrance, no alcohol, no essential oils, which is excellent. I like that it uses green tea extract, which is great for minimizing any irritation from the acid. It's fantastic to reduce breakouts because it is fat soluble. It really gets into each pore to minimize sebum production. So that's excellent. The only thing I'd say to you, which differs from the website, is wear this only at nighttime for skin of color. I would never want you to exfoliate and then go out into the sun where you have a barrage of free radicals on the skin. Thank you to the UV, which is not good for our skin. So I'd say wear this if you want to wear it at night. But I absolutely love this product, and I would buy this product if this was my main concern, which is oily skin. The other thing that I found a bit strange actually is they've got another product which is called Clear Strength 2% BHA exfoliant, and I honestly have no idea why they have two products because it's the exact same ingredients list. So if anyone wants to explain to me why there is a second product with a different packaging and different name but the same ingredients list, that'd be very helpful to me because I was very confused. Okay, so the next product is their pore refining toner. Now, how many of you have asked me about the best toners? I would 100% put this on my top 3 list of best toners. So the positives are the emollients. So it's got glycerin, butylene glycol, ceramides. The fourth ingredient here is niacinamide, so approximately 3%. Niacinamide is fantastic, as you all know. It controls sebum, it reduces any erythemas, that's redness on the skin, it improves the texture, improves pores. So it's just something we should all really have in our skincare routine. Very few people are irritated by niacinamide. It's great for skin of color, so I'd recommend it. It's also got chamomile in it, which is great. It's a fantastic anti-inflammatory. So that's really good. It's also got Artium Lapa root extract, which is quite interesting. The study was actually done in the Journal of Cosmetic Dermatology, which basically showed that it stimulates collagen production, which means it's great for anti-aging. It's also got my favorite vitamin C. Do you know what my favorite vitamin C is? It's got tetrahexyl decal ascorbate, which is a fat soluble vitamin C. That means that it gets into that dermis, it restores your collagen. It's the most stable form. It's fantastic. It's actually the vitamin C that I put in all my products. Absolutely recommend it. So I love this toner, and I would say go and buy. Okay, so you also asked me to do the 1% Retinol Booster. So I love everything about this product except the percentage of retinol. I think most people are going to be fine with this. The problem is there is going to be a percentage of the population that are going to find 1% retinol too irritating. And with skin of color, finding something irritating and having sensitizing the skin can lead to pigmentation. And so for me, basically all it is that I have much higher standards for skin of color than I do for Caucasian skin, which means I want 0% burns. That's what we always go for. We are always aiming for 0% of the skin of color population to have any irritation to a product. And with this 1% retinol, it's going to irritate a percentage of you. So what I would say is maximum 0.5% retinol. I would recommend for skin of color. Okay, so the next product you asked me to review was Super Antioxidant Serum. So a lot of us are looking for a great antioxidant cream, and actually I hadn't even reviewed this particular product until very recently, and this is fantastic. The third ingredient here is vitamin C, but my favorite vitamin C, which is tetrahexyl decal ascorbate, which means it's approximately 5%. It's also got vitamin E in it, it's got coenzyme 10 in it, it's got ceramides and peptides in it. It's also got water-soluble vitamin C, so it's got magnesium ascorbate phosphate. It's also got ergothioneine in it, which is also a powerful antioxidant, but very underused. If you watch my anti-aging video, I talk a lot about this particular ingredient. I would say buy this product. It's probably one of the best antioxidant creams that I've seen, and it's better and cheaper than the SkinCeuticals C and E serum, which I just think is very overpriced. I would highly recommend you watch my SkinCeuticals video too if you like SkinCeuticals or you're thinking about purchasing SkinCeuticals. Watch the video before you go and buy anything. Okay, so moving on to the next product, which is a resistant anti-aging repairing toner. So the positives here are the moisturizer. It's got glycerin, it's got acetylglucosamine, it's got phospholipids, it's got butylene glycol, it's got ethyl hexyl glycerin, so it's got a whole host of moisturizers, which I love. The actives here, the fourth ingredient here is niacinamide, which I've already discussed. If you want to know more about niacinamide, make sure you watch my niacinamide video. It's got resveratrol, which is also a very powerful antioxidant, and it's got peptides. The other antioxidants in this are quite rare. You don't tend to see these two. It's got carnosine and it's got genisteins, which are also very good antioxidants, but they're just not utilized as much. I don't know why. They should be, and they probably will be. So what do I think about this particular product? I love this product. It's non-irritating, it's hydrating, and that's very important for aging skin. Don't forget, as we age, our skin becomes dry and sensitive. So the mainstay of our skincare as we age is hydration. Hydration will become everything. A lot of things improve with hydration. Even your pigmentation will improve with hydration, because don't forget, if your skin, as your skin ages, it's taking much longer to come to the surface. So my son, who's 3 years old, for example, it takes 3 days for new skin to come to the surface. I mean, it's just so rapid. Whereas when it gets to my age, I'm 36 years old, it takes about 40 days for new skin to come to the surface. When you look at my mom, who's in her 60s, it's going to be 70 days before new skin comes to the surface. So it just takes longer and longer as we age. And so that means that skin almost becomes compacted, and that means pigmentation looks worse. And actually, when you put water molecules in between those layers, pigmentation will improve, your skin will glow more. So hydration will become everything. If you want to know more about anti-aging, I do highly recommend you watch my anti-aging video, because I go into the whole lifestyle of anti-aging, and the majority of what I put in that video I do myself. So it's everything that I believe in and I've done a lot of research on. Okay, so the next product is their 10% niacinamide booster. Again, I get asked about this product a lot. I believe The Ordinary is very hard to get hold of nowadays, and I'm always being asked, so what's a really good niacinamide? This is a very good niacinamide. So the second ingredient here is obviously niacinamide. The third ingredient here is acetylglucosamine, which is a moisturizer. It's also got butylene glycol and glycerin, so again, moisturizers. The fourth ingredient here is ascorbyl glucoside, which is vitamin C, and it has a ton of antioxidants. So it's got ubiquinone, it's got genistein, it's got carnosine. It's also got epigallocatechin gallate, which again is a really rare ingredient. It's got no irritants, no fragrance, no alcohol. I think Paula and I would be really good friends. I think we've got the same thought process. And I again would say buy this product. If this is the first video you're watching of mine, you would think that I was being sponsored, but I am not being sponsored. There should be at least one product that I don't like, right? I mean, how can I like everything in one brand? That just is unheard of. Okay, so the next product here is their water infusing electrolyte moisturizer. So the moisturizers, again, are fantastic. It's got glycerin, butylene glycol, it's got potassium PCA, magnesium PCA, and calcium PCA. Also got prunus serratina extract. The emollients here are squalene and actinidia, and the actives here are ceramides and peptides. There are no comedogenic ingredients in this moisturizer, so buy it. I'd say even if you had oily skin, this would be a good product for you. Okay, so moving on to their last product, which is 0.3% retinol plus 2% bakuchiol. So I love, first of all, the percentage of retinol is 0.3%, which is going to be great for skin of color. So the way bakuchiol actually works is it's an anti-inflammatory, so it calms the skin, but it's also an antioxidant. And this is why it helps to stabilize the retinol. Don't forget, retinol can be very irritating, and having an anti-inflammatory is really important with a vitamin A, with the retinol for us. In addition, this product's got moisturizers, fat-soluble vitamin C, which I love, ceramides and peptides. I love it for fine lines. What I would say to you is do not wear this during the day, or wear this only at night time, and don't apply any other acids with this, okay? Because don't forget, your vitamin A, your retinol, is turning over your cells much quicker. You then don't want to apply a low pH that's going to irritate your skin further. We want to do everything to calm your skin at this point. That's very important, because otherwise a lot of you are gonna run into problems. So don't forget to follow me on Instagram at the Hyperpigmentation Clinic and Skincare by Dr. V. I do a lot for YouTube on there first, so I like to ask you questions on there first, like I did for today's video, where I basically ask you what you want to see, what specific products that you want, and you can ask me follow-up questions too. So it is worth watching that if you really are into your skincare for skin of colour. And I'd also say please do download your free guide for skincare for skin of colour, which is down below for you. And I'm in the comment section for 1 hour at the launch of every single video. So make sure when you subscribe, hit that notification bell too. Thank you very much.